Hey everybody, this is Mark, City Creek Bottoms farmstead with another fireside chat. Me and Jonathan's in the middle of the Talladega National Forest up on top of the mountain. Road 600D, or no, 600, I forgot what road, 600 something, I'll look at it in a minute. Anyway, me and him's out riding. This is Sunday. He's got one more day. He's heading back to Ohio, so we're out in the woods just relaxing. We're gonna make this big loop, come out by Cheehaw, then turn and come down through what they call Horse Creek. This is the area that a couple years ago that Jonathan Odom got the video of what we think was a booger standing up behind him. If you want to go find that, go look in his videos, Jonathan Odom on YouTube. Can't remember how it's titled. It's been a couple years ago. This is not far from where he's seen this one. And there has been other reports up through here. People going up this road. There's a road behind us I'd love to go through, but somebody has put up a gate. And them and the Forest Service, I think, are in some kind of negotiations of getting the gate took back down. Somebody had a little private land in there and built some cabins for the Pinhoti Trail. And the Pinhoti Trail is right up here on top of that hill right up there. In fact, we'll cross it here in a minute. It runs top of that ridge right up there where we're going by now. And I think we'll cross it down here further. If I went back the other way, I could go all the way back to Scenic on top of the mountain, but it's a real rough road. So, and like I said, they got a gate right there in one spot. So, anyway, we wanted to show you. We'll ride up through here, and I'm not going to talk the whole time. We'll come to some good scenic views. I'll let Jonathan hold the camera a minute. In fact, here we are now. I don't know if people can really tell how high we're up. See if you can hold the camera out the door for us, son, and see if people can tell how high we're up. We're up around 2,000 feet, somewhere in that neighborhood. This is going toward Cheehaw. They call this part Pinnacle Mountain. It's all the same mountains that go right by to the house down on the southern end of the Talladega National Forest. All right. So we're going to ease up through here. We'll show some more here in a minute. But like I said, if you want to look at that video Jonathan Odom got a couple years ago. In fact, if I find it, I'll come back and add it to this video where you can find it. You can see it standing up kind of up the hill from Jonathan, standing by a tree. Pretty good video. And he was pretty good size booger. This is a road that a lot of people ride, Jeep riders and stuff. This one's in good shape, actually, the one we're on. Like I said, the other two is pretty rough. Had to have four-wheel drive. A lot of ruts and big rocks, and so we decided to just come take the easy road, and then we'll go over here, and we're gonna go by a campground called Turnip Seed. And one of the subscribers told me about a little incident he had over here back in the spring. He was camped out one night and heard what he said was some weird vocals. there has been boogers seen around that camp out area years ago. I think BRFO has got some of it. I think there's a couple other websites that has them sightings listed at a place called Salt Creek, and then there at Turnip Seed. Of course, they all don't have the sightings that's here. I was talking to a guy on Facebook the other day, and he had a map of all the sightings in Alabama, and I told him, I said, not being ugly, but that ain't half the sightings. There's a lot more sightings than what he had on there, and you know, excuse me, I'm sorry. About got choked a minute. Anyway, I'm gonna stop video a few minutes and we'll be back. I just kind of letting you see what this area looks like. And we're on the eastern side of the mountain. Excuse me, I got the hiccups. But you can see in yonder, that's a big old valley. That's in Clay County. We're actually in Clay County, right at the border. Clay County and Talladega County. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Alright, I'm gonna stop video and get over these hiccups a minute, and we'll be back here shortly. Okay, y'all, I'm back a minute. Was gonna show y'all. Let me ease up. And there's the Pinhoti Trail. Right here, we're going through like a little gap in the mountain. We're fixing to get on the Talladega County side of the mountain. Show them that real good for me, son. And I think my mic has quit working.
I guess just talk loud.
Yeah, I guess I guess it quit working. These mics sometimes get on my nerves. Let's see.
Man.
What?
Look at the video. Everything's so green.
Yeah, it is. Restart it a minute. Let's see if that'll help. There it is. Okay. Sometimes it does that weird stuff. So this is where it comes down kind of like in a dip or a gap. And the Pinhoti crosses right here. You can see the trail going up. And then we'll go on what I call the Talladega County side of the mountain. So, and you can see how real wooded it is in here. This road here, like I said, is about 7 miles long. We'll get over here on the Talladega County side in a minute. And we're still on the pinnacle part of the mountain. We'll get up toward Cheehaw here pretty soon. Let you see a little bit of this area in here. We're about halfway through this road, so we got about 3 more miles to go. 4, something, give or take. But yes, there's been a lot of activity through here. You know, Jonathan Odom's recorded some stuff, audio in here, seen something in here. There's other people who's been riding. Several hunters have experienced stuff in here. And like I said, Talladega National Forest is real long. It's close to, I want to say 80 miles long, something like that. It's not real wide, but it's real long. Most of it's on this mountain ridge. So, I don't know if you can start telling, get on up here, there'll be some overlooks. You can see what I'm talking about. These last few storms we've had has knocked down a few oak trees. There's some good firewood. Very good firewood. Let's see, I don't know if you can see in here or not. We'll get on up here, so I'm gonna probably stop the camera again and we get on up here to, there'll be a couple of places that we can see on this side of the mountain. So we'll be back in a minute. Alright everybody, we're going to have to do without the mics, but this is Adams Trailhead right here, Adams Gap as they call it. There's the Pinhoti coming out. This is a little old parking lot. And we're fixing to get on 281, which is a Forest Service road, also Alabama road. This is the Scenic road that a lot of people ride. We just came off the dirt road. 600, I can't remember what that number is, 600 something. 600-281 2 or something. But anyway, we're gonna ride down through here. We're not far from the Turnip Seed campground. Let you see some of the scenery. It'll get better here in just a minute. Sorry about that. This is the Scenic road. Probably a lot of people ride their motorcycles, all that stuff through here. So I'm gonna hold her over here to keep it out of the wind. If you don't mind holding it, I'll try to talk real loud where y'all can still hear me. And he can show you the mountain in just a minute. We're gonna go down this mountain here and get on like a little straightaway, and you can see. There's also been sightings on this road here, 281. This goes up to Cheehaw State Park. There's a road turns off to the left that carries you back toward the town of Mumford, Alabama, which is back toward Talladega. We're coming on down, and in fact, I think, yeah, here we go. Start seeing some stuff. Then we're on the Talladega County side of the mountain, so there's a pretty good view, and there's the game warden. Sheriff, whatever which one he is. I think that's Clay County Sheriff, which is good. They patrol in here a good bit, keep the riffraff down. In just a minute, you'll be able to. We're coming down part of the mountain, and we'll get on the straightaway here in a minute. Far from the Turnip Seed camp, where a guy heard some vocals during the night that were strange sounding to him. We know there's been some sightings there in the past and vocals, so we'll pull up in there, look around for a minute, then we're going to go toward Horse Creek where there's some other activity has been. See the mountain, or I might not be able to. I don't know. I can't remember. It's so long since I've been in here. There we go. We're starting to see it now. You can see Cheehaw in the distance coming up. That's the tallest mountain in Alabama. Like 2,400 feet. Yeah, it ain't like Tennessee, Kentucky, and North Carolina and all up in there, but it's still a pretty good mountain when you climb that thing by foot. Ain't it, son?
Yeah.
They're like the hunting club mountains. They ain't but like 1,400, 1,500. You go up the side of that thing, you know it's a mountain. But this is the Scenic Drive. Like I said, a lot of people drive it because for one reason, paved road. A lot of people take that dirt road I was on. You go all through. One place it has to be four-wheel drive only though. Make it through. And you can see Cheehaw better now, starting to get bigger and bigger. some people camping. We'll just ease up in here and see. It's been a while since I've been to this campground. In fact, years since I've been to it. Hold it up just a little bit, son. Yeah, that way they get more of the woods than they are the dash. We're just gonna ride up in here, maybe somebody camping. Like I said, there's a guy heard vocals from here, one subscriber. He sent me an email. I sure appreciate him sending me that email. It tells me there's probably some activity still around this camp. Yeah, it's been a while since I've been in here. Yeah, there's one person camping. Ride through and look. Don't video the camper, okay?
I know. I'm not.
And here's one of the trails. This is the Turnip Silent Trail. If you wanted to come camp out here, you could. Nice place to come camp. They do have a, vented, vaulted restroom there. It's not a big camping ground, but it can camp. I don't know. It can camp a good many people. Probably be a good place to have a Bigfoot outing one day, because it's in a good spot for it. A lot of the pinhole people will come up here and camp. So, yeah, it's got a good many spots in it, so we could camp in here pretty easy. I don't know if they close it down all year, but it'd be a good place to do it. Having the vaulted bathroom would help. It's been a long time since I've been in this campground. Probably used to be bigger than this. Maybe they let some of it go. I don't know. I thought it used to be a lot bigger campground. These people brave leaving their generator out here running. And nobody with it unless somebody's in the campground. I ain't going anywhere knocking on the door saying that. It's Pinhole Trail's 2 miles that way, and the Oldham Trail 2 miles that way. In fact, this is a trail I come off the mountain one time, and when we hiked Cheehaw Wilderness, and they call this Cheehaw Wilderness. All right, so we've seen Turnip Seed. I will come back one day and walk around see if I see any sign or hear anything. Today, me and him just out riding, killing some time. So, all right, I'm gonna stop the video. Well, hold on, we'll get out here. There's a nice hickory tree on the ground. We'll go down here. We got a little road we're gonna turn back on, and then we're gonna go into the lower part of the national forest toward a place they call Horse Creek. So. Anyway, let's see here.
Alright. It's just a sisterhood.
Alright, y'all, we're at Horse Creek in the National Forest. There's some people back here behind us, so I couldn't stop in the place. But also there's been some activity right here of something else. This is a place where some people's been seeing what they call a dog man. Since these people here, I'm not going to get out and walk around. Also, a few miles back is where me and Rebecca, Ella, and a friend of Ella's and some other Bigfoot researchers had a Bigfoot try to cross the road on us. So I just wanted to show you this little spot. We're way back in here. I think this is service road 637, I think. So just wanted to show you this. And anyway, we're gonna head on up some more. They won't bother them people that act like they got nervous. So, all right, y'all, we'll take some more video here in a minute. All right, y'all, told you wrong a while ago. Right back around that curve is where me and Rebecca and Ella and her friend and some other Bigfoot researchers seen that and tried to cross the road and come up the hill. We were all up this road here. It stops on top of a hill and it's like a little camp spot. I don't know if it's where hunters camp or what. That night we had left our vehicles kind of like they are now, because everybody couldn't fit up there. And but Jonathan walked up in the woods and heard something. So we're just sitting here a minute, just kind of paying attention. We got a thunderstorm building, so we ain't gonna sit here long. And the other weird thing was sister went with him up the road a little piece, and then she bailed and come back and got in the truck. That was strange. So I don't know. The movement in the woods could have been a deer, a squirrel, and some type of other animal. It's kind of strange the way sister acted all of a sudden. Typically she doesn't do that. This is on the big hill above the Horse Creek Bridge we just crossed. This is probably, I don't know, half a mile up above the bridge. Back up on top of the ridge, Horse Creek would be straight down in there. Good piece down there to the creek. So we're just standing here a minute just to see if something makes a racket. Y'all probably hear the thunder. I wish I had the mics running. But we don't, so just part of it sometimes. I don't know what's going on with them. Sure, they got plenty of power, so I don't know. We've passed two other vehicles in here. There's, like I said, there was some people at the creek, a couple with their kids. And then we passed another truck in here. We ain't heard nothing else. So we're gonna stand around another minute or two, see if anything. I noticed the dog ain't leaving us either. She'd be out looking around. She's staying right up under us. So I don't know what that means. I don't know if that means there's something here. This is a very active place. Very active. Ton of stuff happened here a lot of times. Don't go down there. Stay right there. If it is something down there, it's hiding very well, and it knows I'm filming, and it knows we're paying attention. So like I said, it could have been just a squirrel. He did hear some movement, so I don't know. Everything ain't Bigfoot in the woods. So all right, we're gonna stop filming here, head on toward Cemetery Mountain. We'll maybe do some more filming when we get out there. We'll see. All right, y'all. Hey everybody, I hope you liked the video from the middle part of the Talladega National Forest, seeing Turnip Seed, Adams Gap, kind of what some of that looks like in that area. It was strange that after we when we stopped on that bridge at Horse Creek, there were some people down in the creek. You couldn't see them, but the guy went to asking questions about something, and so I turned off the camera a minute, and he said he kept hearing a popping noise coming from up the hill. That's when me and Jonathan went up the top of the hill and stopped. And Jonathan walked up that road to the little camping area and swore he heard bipedal walking go down the back toward me, but he couldn't see. So he, of course, one thing that caught me off guard was sister was with him. She flew back and jumped right up in the truck, which is kind of unusual for her. So anyway, I mean, I don't know. It's just, you know, not everything in the woods is Bigfoot. So, you know, just, I don't know. We do know that area is an active area. Me and him done some more riding around, did get in a couple of thunderstorms. Went to look at Horse Creek Cemetery. They got a gate on it now. In fact, they got brand new gates all up and down in there. So turn around, come on back out, come on home. Anyway, y'all remember everybody we support. You know, Woodwalkers with Spencer and Misty. The Beast Group, Larry, Mark, and the others. You know, Chris Reinhardt, Discover Sasquatch, and Kyle with Encrypted Connections. Let's see. Of course, Hellbent Holler and Mr. Barton Nunley with Inhumanoids. Also, Night Callers. There's a lot of others. Squatching Cowboy. The Red Creek Mafia that Spencer interviewed the other day. He had a very good intense encounter, a lot more intense than mine, and I'm kind of glad of it, which I've had something happen since then that was kind of intense, but and one day I'll talk about it. It's the one that followed me out coon hunting that night. Of course, Deep South, Permapastures, and there's a lot of others on homesteading. As far as I know, we'll do our live tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. I think I'll be on Spencer's Woodwalker Sunday evening, so y'all come tune in. We're going to talk about a little something different, so y'all be ready. Had a good week. Had a last good 3 weeks for my son here. Me and him really enjoyed each other. I hated to see him head back to Ohio. You know, just ready to start college this September and get him a little job on the side and stuff, but he'll be back in the fall sometime, so sure hate to see him go. Me and him had some good times, got to go kayaking and sit with people, visit folks, ride in the forest. Went up visit Greg, went to the grist mill, went out to quarries. We went by, seen Ken people while he's here, went fishing a few times, shotguns, so I think he enjoyed it too. So, well, I'm not going to keep you no longer. I'm going to go ahead and get off here. Somebody's ringing my phone. They're just going to have to wait a minute. Like I said, y'all love one another. Get along, take care of each other, be kind to each other. Don't be judgmental. And this time next week, I'll be back with hopefully with a new video. I will be on a maintenance shutdown this coming up week, starting tomorrow night. So hopefully I'll have something for you. I don't know if I'll have time to get to the woods or not, but nothing else, I might have some homesteading for you. And if you can tell, my corn's really growing out yonder, starting to have tassels on it a little bit. One over here in the front yard is, and I started weed eating today. I tell you, it's always something. There's a chore. There's always something to do. Well, I'm gonna get off here, and I will see y'all tomorrow night at our live at 7 o'clock. And hopefully to see you there. If you got any questions about anything, be ready. You know, if I can answer it, I will. Anyway, and y'all stay cool. It was a hot day in Alabama. Typical to me. I mean, a lot of people were like they're freaking out about it, and going, it's just a typical day in the South for me. Grew up in this in the 80s and 70s. I mean, I've seen it stay in the 90s for a couple of weeks. So I know, you know, a lot of news agencies really blowing a lot of stuff up. So if y'all go back and think how many times in your lifetime, if you live here in the South, you got in the 90s and stayed there for a month or so without hardly any rain. And you think about all that. And, you know, I just don't like people pushing their agendas on us. So, anyway, we all take care. This is Mark from Cedar Creek Bottoms Farmstead with another fireside chat. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope the audio went good enough for it. And we'll check with you next week. Bye-bye.